What's happening, Achievers? Ajit Sidhu here from Invincible Achievers. Let's talk about helping people. How do we actually help people? Now, I'm always saying we should add value to people's lives and keep spreading the love. But how do we actually do it? There's a saying that Tony Robbins is famous for. He says, only those who have learned the power of sincere and selfless contribution experience life's deepest joy and true fulfillment. I'll repeat that. Only those who have learned the power of sincere and selfless contribution experience life's deepest joy, which is true fulfillment. So helping others, you receive the true fulfillment of and that creates a deep joy, which feels great. But first things first, one thing that we have to remember, when we start going on this route to help others, you need to help yourself first. If you're not ready to go and help people, what will happen is the internal demons that you have not dealt with will all rise up. We must remember that. Before we start helping someone else put their oxygen mask on, we got to put our oxygen mask on. There's no point in going out and speaking to people and trying to help people, because what will happen is you'll be faced with so much different challenges, so much internal challenges that will rise within, emotional, internal. And if you do not resolve those inside your personal demons, then going out to help others, you're just going to crash yourself. So what we need to do is practice forgiveness, because life is about giving, forgiving. And that's also forgiving yourself. We don't want to be dragging along our past experiences, our false past experiences. The reason why I call false past experiences, because everyone experiences something in their life. The reason why it's false is because every single time you tell a story in your mind or out of your mouth, it changes. It actually changes. There was a time when my sister, when she was very small, and we lived in a house with wooden steps, and she slipped and she fell down the stairs. And as she fell down the stairs, there was a small, well, it was quite a big nail, and it hit her in the head, and she got a cut. And now my recollection is I saw her fall down the stairs. I ran over to my mum. I called her. She went down. She took her to the hospital. My other sister's recollection was she was there. She saw my sister fall down the stairs. She went and called my mum, and my mum took him to hospital. Now my sister, who fell down the stairs, said none of us were there. So that's where, when we tell a story, our emotions manipulate the true event. So whatever has happened and whatever you're dragging along, whichever dead thought you are carrying along, it's completely wrong. It's changed because you've replayed it over and over and over again in your mind. Sprinkled it with emotion, amplified it, looking at it from different angles, amplified it, changed it, manipulated it, and all of a sudden, it's a story that holds you back, that it's internal and makes you feel horrible. Let it go. It's false. It's a false story that you're dragging along. Let it go. And once you've let it go through forgiveness, just forgive yourself for whatever you did. Forgive others for whatever they've done. Even if they don't forgive, it's about just letting it go. And once you are completely clear and you can move forward, then we should be able to help others. Now, moving on to helping others, because everyone wants to help others, because that's true fulfillment. Selfless acts of kindness and contribution is a true fulfillment that we gain. So everybody wants to feel that feeling. And I've said it before, when we give charity, it's a selfish act. Because when you give some money, that's the one time, when you give charity, that's the one time we actually feel massive amount of abundance that we've created. When you give, you get it immediately. But the best way is to give and just walk away as quick as possible. Now, when we do start helping others, excuse me, there's a lot of people out there that will think, I don't have that many followers. Like even now with the social media, there's people that have asked me, how many followers have you got? Or how many likes have you got? A lot of people are concerned about the following. But the truth is, if you're helping one person to change their beliefs and that you've contributed in their life to helping just one person, then you've done so much. You've changed the world. Number one, you help yourself. Number two, once you've done that, if you just help one person. But people have this concept that they need to go and change everybody. But it doesn't work that way. You just need to help one person. It could be your partner you can help. It could be your children. It could be your mum and dad. It could be your brothers or sisters. It could be your friends. But people don't see that as help. They don't feel it as help. But you got to remember, start at home. The saying says charity begins at home. Start at home and then expand. So I've been doing a podcast for many months now, and I did this podcast when there was one viewer over and over and over again. This one person kept consistently coming back, and I had a moral obligation, a moral duty to do this podcast. And I did this podcast every single day, and I still do it. And I've got more followers following me now on that, but I did it for that person because I knew that that one person was coming to me for help. And this is where I'm going to lead to next. When we go to help someone, I'll break off into a story first. I went to UPW when I was 21 years old, and I was fired up. Tony Robbins, he fires you up. He gives you so much skills and abilities to be able to contribute to your life and others. And I came back and I started telling everyone. I started telling my family, my friends, anyone, and grabbing people from the street, helping them out. But I realized that they didn't need help. I was shoving oxygen masks on people when nobody wanted the oxygen mask. They're like, "Oof, I'm all right with my carbon dioxide over here," or "I'm okay with this smoke, inhaling the smoke. Move away from me." And I was like, "Guys, it's so much fresher breathing in this oxygen. Take it, take it." "Ah, you joined a cult," they used to say. But they didn't realize that I was trying to help them. But I didn't realize that they didn't need my help. I was running to them. And all I got back was pushed away. It made me think of a story that I knew at that time. And this is where it changed everything. There was a story about a helicopter which went out to the ocean, flying over to the ocean to save people from a boat that had capsized. And all these people were in the ocean wanting help, and the helicopter flew there, and they looked down and they went, "Oh, there's too many people. We can't save all of them. Who do we save?" So who do you think they saved? They saved the people that swam towards the helicopter. They didn't go out to save the people that were flaring around in the water, because they knew that if they do, those people would drag them down and drown them. They didn't save the people that were panicking and swimming away, because trying to maneuver that helicopter around people was impossible. They saved the people that swam. Come, I'll drag them on. When it was full, it's full, guys, off we go. We'll be back. But by the time they come back, it was too late. So people have to realize, we have to realize when we go out to help, if somebody wants our help, then we give our help. Because there's been many a times when I've given advice to some people. They've gone off with this advice. They haven't done this advice. They've done the same thing that they've been doing over and over again, hoping for a different result, ignoring what I've suggested. And then they come back and say, "Ajit, what else do I do?" And I say, "Did you do the last thing that I told you to do?" "No, I didn't." "So why are you coming back to me? Don't make me get into an angry mode." It's just like, move away. Do that thing first. It's so important. If you get advice, follow it through. Do it if you want help. If you don't want help, then stop going over and over again. You've got to help yourself. People have to help themselves first. And we have to realize that, because if we keep giving advice, because I've done this. I keep giving it. And then I get exhausted, mentally exhausted. And then I start feeling emotionally down that I was unable to help. But then I have to remember the helicopter. If I'm in the helicopter flying around trying to save the person that's flaring around in the water, all that's going to happen is they're going to drown me with them. So that's a really important concept to remember. So once we are helping people out, there's the other second part to this. We gotta let people come to us to help. If you can help, then help. But if they are swimming away or flaring around and they're going to take you down, make sure you protect yourself. But the second thing is, there was a time, Christmas time. There was Christmas time when I was in the property business with my family, property business and development. I'm still in that business. We develop properties and we let them out. And it was winter. It was winter time. And it was snowing and it was -6 degrees outside. And I believe it was Christmas Eve. And the doorbell rang. And we opened it, and this gentleman with ripped clothes, freezing cold, shaking, ripped up hat, knowing that the air is going into him, really cold, came in, and he sat down and he said, "Please, I need a place to stay. Please. I'm sleeping in under the bridges at the moment, or in the toilets, just to keep warm. Please give me a place to stay." And my mum looked at me and said, "You know what? It's Christmas. We should help. It's a time for giving. And if we're not true to ourselves and help this person, then what's the point of helping anyone else?" So my mum gave one of our nicest properties that was empty and put this gentleman in. And this man, he said, "Thank you so much." And he went into this property and we felt good. We felt good. It was a selfless act. We didn't take a deposit. We just put him in there. He was a benefit seeker. We filled out his application for him, also sent it off. In the UK, the money goes to them. And then within 2 weeks, complaints start coming in from him. "I need a new fridge. I need a new bed. I need this. I need that. You guys aren't helping me. And it was on and on. And we were shocked. But not only that, the money for the rent was going to him. When we asked for it, he said, "It's mine. You can't have that." So not only did we give him a property, he was complaining about he wants everything brand spanking new. He was sleeping in the toilets before. And not only that, he was getting lots of money now. He was getting rich. You could see it. He bought a brand new TV that he was meant to be paying rent with. But then he started inviting friends over and they start damaging the property. And then the neighbors start complaining, our other tenants. And then when we put an eviction notice in, saying, "Okay, we want our property back, you haven't paid for 6 months." In UK, you can actually get legal aid if you are on benefits. And off he went. And he got legal aid and put a case against us for harassment because we gave him the eviction letter. Now, there was no merit for him, and we did get him out eventually. But the moral of the story was, when you try to help someone, some people will come just to destroy you. So you've got to protect yourself. You've got to protect yourself. There's a saying that you can take a horse to water, but you can't get them to drink. The other saying that I have made is you can actually take the water to the horse and say, "Here you go, horse, drink it." And what they will do is they will headbutt the water, turn around, and horse kick you in the teeth. Protect yourself. Just know that can happen. And walk down that path. That doesn't mean we don't walk down that path and help people and contribute to people's lives. We do. But we gotta protect ourselves. Put your own oxygen mask on first. No point in going out there saying, "I've got my oxygen mask on, I'm gonna help you." And the other person says, "Ha, thanks, I'm taking mine and I'm taking yours, ha ha." And off they run. And there you are, inhaling smoke and dead. Protect yourself. But the true way, and this is just the framework, this is it. I mean, if you want to avoid everything, just go right at the end. Maybe I should have started off with this. The best way to experience the life's deepest joy is anonymous charity. Now, people find it very tough to do anonymous charity, But anonymous charity protects you from all of that, gives you all the benefits of the sincere and selfless contribution and experiencing the true joy of happiness. Because people don't know where the money has come from or the help has come from. There's been many of times that I've heard and I've experienced where you give money to someone, say, here you go, you help someone, you help a family member or help a work colleague, you help someone. And they come back and say, oh, listen, I need some more, please. And you think, oh, yeah, sure, of course. And you think, I'm giving charity here. Then they come back and say, can I have some more, please? You say, yeah, okay, you need some more? Yeah, I've got no more money. My children they don't have they don't have anything to eat. And I just need to go to the Asda to get some food. Okay, here you go. And you start feeling guilty. And then they come back and you start feeling upset, thinking, geez, my money's running out here. And then you can knock on the door and say, can I have, let me see what's happening. And they've got this 60-inch plasma screen TV, surround sound, beautiful car parked outside because you've just paid for it. That's where anonymous charity comes in play. People cannot come back for more and more, but you can keep giving and feeling great. And when you give anonymously, it helps people. It will help people. And then they can start learning how to help themselves. That's the biggest thing you can do. I mean, come on. One of the greatest teachers has said, give a man a fish and he will feed himself for a day. Teach a man how to fish and he will feed himself for the rest of his life. Think about that, guys. But the best and the true contribution that you can give, even if you don't want to give money, is the contribution of love. Loving acts, loving thoughts, loving words. That is the true way of contributing. Even whilst we're walking and then we see someone that needs help and your pockets are empty, because most of the time my pockets are empty, I'll carry change just in case. But say if I've given it and there's another person out there that needs it and I don't have it, I send them a blessing, a true love, a thought of love. Send it to them. Give it to them. So these are the ways that we can add values to people's lives. But to be able to continue doing it over and over again, you need to protect yourself. You need to understand there's 3 types of people. One is they'll come swimming to you to help and you help those. There's some that are flaring around and you got to just try helping, but if you can't, make sure you don't get drowned. And there's some people that are just swimming away. And it's their journey and their path that they'll have to take. So that is the methods of what Tony Robbins has said, in my opinion, when he said, only those who have learnt the power of sincere and selfless contribution experience life's deepest joy and true fulfillment. Guys, keep adding value to people's lives. Keep spreading the love. And just remember, we're one idea away from changing the future. Take care. Bye.